Hi, it's Katie. You want to cook along with me? I'm making chicken cacciatore, and I'm going to do it in my clay cooker, and I'll be serving it over pasta. You can serve it over polenta and pasta, or even rice if you wanted to. So right here I have 8 ounces of white mushrooms that are just sliced up. They're kind of big, so I cut them in half and sliced them. I have 1½ green bell peppers. If you have some red and green, that's even better, but I had green. And then 1 sort of medium onion. I have some oregano and rosemary from the garden. I have a can of diced tomatoes, and then I have 32 ounces of tomato sauce or tomato puree. I also have some chicken legs. This was 10 pounds that I just took all the skin off. I'm not going to use all of those, so I'll probably use maybe 4 or 5 pieces for my family. And then in the sink, I have my clay cooker soaking. So this is a Rummertoff clay cooker. It's just made out of unglazed terracotta. And to use these, you have to soak them in water for 15 minutes before you use them, like 15 to 20 minutes. You have to start them in a cold oven, so you can't preheat the oven at all. It has to slowly come up to temperature. And the general rule is you add 100 degrees to your normal baking temperature, and you reduce your total baking time by ½ an hour. So those are kind of the 3 basic rules that I've been following when using my clay cooker, and so far everything that I have pulled out of it has been amazing. So it's really good for braising things or roasting things. So I thought I would try this recipe. I usually do this either on the stovetop or like in a Dutch oven, where I'll start it on the stovetop and finish it in the oven. So the clay cooker has been soaking. So I'm going to go ahead and empty the water, and I'm just going to load this up and then put it in the oven, and then right before it's done I'll boil some pasta on the stovetop to go with it. So I'm going to start by putting some of the tomato sauce in the bottom, so maybe like ½ a cup, 3/4 of a cup, and then I'm going to lay my chicken in because I want that to kind of be buried in the sauce, so it can kind of braise in the sauce. So it will flavor the sauce, and it will also, the sauce will flavor the meat. So I'm going to put, these are sort of large, so I'm trying to find some that are all similarly sized. I'll put 5 in there, then I'll put a little bit more sauce. And then I'm just going to pile the vegetables in. So the mushrooms and the peppers and the onions, and I probably should have put the herbs down in the sauce too, kind of bury those in there, but with the water that's absorbed into the terracotta will release slowly and give a nice steamy braising environment without too much liquid, so flavors don't get washed out and doesn't get too watery like sometimes happens in a crock pot, but you have the same tenderization of the meat with the slow cooking. Alright, so I have all of those vegetables in. Go ahead and top with the diced tomatoes. And spread that out a little bit. And a lot of moisture will come out of the chicken and the vegetable, so I don't want to add too much sauce. I'll add a little bit more, just so that everything is covered with some sauce. So it's probably 2 cups of sauce altogether, maybe 3 cups. Let's say 3 cups, plus the can of diced tomatoes. Okay, so now I'm just going to season with salt and pepper. The canned tomatoes have some salt, but I want to add enough salt and pepper. And give everything a stir. A little bit more. Also going to add some red pepper flakes. If you had jalapenos or some fresh chilies, you could add those in with the green peppers. I'll just use some crushed red pepper flakes. Stir everything together. I'll cover it up and we'll put it in the oven. Set it at 450 degrees. And I think I'll bake it for an hour and a half. We'll try it. Alright, I'm going to get some water on to boil some pasta. So I just have a pot full of water. I'm going to salt it and bring it up to a boil. Alright, once the water is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and put in pasta using spaghetti this time. I got some whole wheat spaghetti, half a pound. Alright, here's the warmer top out of the oven and it is sizzling. Let's see, grand unveiling. Ooh, look at that. That looks so good. Just gonna fish this rosemary out. And I guess the oregano is in there somewhere as well.